Let's make my diamond bust quilt pattern using leftover layer cake and charm pack scraps. Layer cakes are 10-inch squares and charm packs are 5-inch squares. For this pattern, you will need 10 10-inch squares and 20 5-inch squares, yielding a 19-inch by 45-inch quilt. With each layer cake 10-inch square, you will subcut them into two 5-inch by 10-inch rectangles per each 10-inch square. Once everything is cut, you can draw a 45-degree line from corner to corner on the wrong side to each of your 5-inch square. For now, I am going to do two, that way I can show you how to create a quilt block. To create your quilt block, you will need two 5-inch by 10-inch rectangles in the same print and two 5-inch squares with your diagonal line marked. Now pay close attention to the placement of the lines. You're going to place them so each one goes in the opposite direction, giving you a flying geese look. Then you will sew on the line, because afterwards you will trim a 1/4 inch away using your ruler, because next week I will show you what to do with those scraps. That way nothing goes to waste here, and we will be using those to make half square triangles later on. But moving forward, go ahead and press your seams open. Then we will take our pieced rectangles and sew them together to create a flying geese look. Your block will measure as a 9.5-inch by 10-inch rectangle. Go ahead and repeat this step until you have made a total of 10 quilt blocks. Once your blocks are completed, it is time to lay your quilt out in a 5x2 block layout. For your odd columns, you will match your flying geese to create a diamond. Then for your even columns, you will rotate your blocks 180 degrees to separate your diamonds. Then, as always, sew your blocks together to form rows, and lastly, sew your rows together to complete your quilt top. Here is what my diamond bust quilt pattern looks like all finished. For the backing, I am using a print from within the collection. Then for the thread choice, I am going with glide threads in the color Stone. And here's what my quilt looks like all quilted. Once again, 10 layer cake 10-inch squares and 20 charm pack 5-inch squares will yield you a 19-inch by 45-inch quilt. But if you could please take a moment to hit that like and subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can be notified for your next amazing quilt project.